What began as a story of love and family ended as one of the most disturbing betrayals ever uncovered online. They say the internet never forgets. But what happens when the thing it remembers was never meant to be seen in the first place? This is the story of his secret upload. A quiet, ordinary life shattered by a single act of digital betrayal. A Reddit confession that began as a cry for validation and became one of the most unsettling glimpses into how trust can decay behind a glowing screen. According to the original Reddit post, the woman, whose name has been omitted for privacy, was 33 years old. Her husband, 36, worked as a nurse. They'd been married nearly 10 years. To anyone on the outside, they looked like the perfect couple, calm, attentive, and deeply in love. He was caring, always asking about her mental health, always there when she needed him. They had 2 children together. The first birth was traumatic, a complicated hospital delivery that left her anxious and afraid. So when she became pregnant again, she decided to take back control. She wanted a home birth, calm, natural, surrounded only by people she trusted. Her husband agreed immediately. He said he'd take care of everything, and he did. The midwife filmed the process, and according to her post, everything went beautifully. The lighting was warm, the atmosphere quiet, the child healthy. The mother said she cried watching it back, calling it the most beautiful moment of her life. She downloaded the footage, saved it to a USB, deleted it from her computer, and locked it in a small wooden chest. A symbol of safety, of family, of something sacred. But she wasn't the only one who had seen the video. Her husband was fascinated by it. He would watch it with her, pointing out how strong she looked, how calm, how brave. He'd say things like, "You should post this online. It could help other women see how beautiful home births can be." She always said no. "It's private," she told him. "This isn't for the internet. It's mine." He'd back off, smiling. But a few weeks later, he'd bring it up again. Always gentle, always framed as something positive. Over time, she noticed the tone shift. The way he talked about the video started to feel off, too admiring, too fixated. But she brushed it off. He was her husband, the man she trusted most. Months passed. Then one evening, she was scrolling through a parenting subreddit, a small online community of mothers sharing stories, advice, and experiences. One post stopped her cold. It read, "Warning. Your birth videos might not be as private as you think." The thread described how birth fetish communities were stealing home birth footage from social media, editing it, and sharing it in disturbing corners of the internet. She clicked out of curiosity to see if any of her friends' videos were being shared. The link led her to a hidden subreddit. At first glance, it looked like an educational page, but after scrolling, it was obvious what it really was. A fetish hub disguised as medical discussion. And that's when she saw it. A thumbnail instantly recognizable. The same room, same curtains, same lighting. It was her. She clicked on it. Her breathing filled the speakers. Her voice, the midwife's instructions, the baby's first cry. The video wasn't edited. It was the full recording, start to finish. Every moment, every detail, every close-up, even her baby's first breath. There were hundreds of comments, some pretending to analyze the technique of the home birth, others using the language of fetish and obsession. Her name was visible in the background, written on a birthday card pinned to the wall. The video title included her initials. She immediately ran to her wooden chest. The USB was still there. So how was it online? Her husband had transferred the footage before she'd locked it away. He had access. He was the only other person who ever had. The realization hit like a physical blow. It wasn't a hacker. It wasn't a leak. It was him. That night, she asked him casually if he'd ever uploaded their video. He froze, then smiled and said, "No, why would I do that?" When she told him she'd seen it online, he immediately blamed hackers, but his tone changed. Subtle, nervous, caught between guilt and defensiveness. He said it couldn't have been him, that maybe someone got access somehow. But when she pressed harder, he said something strange. "I just wanted people to see how beautiful it was." Those words stayed with her. Beautiful. She screamed at him. "You think this is beautiful? That strangers watching me give birth, watching our baby, is beautiful?" He said it wasn't like that. He said it was for education, that no one would take it the wrong way. But the video was on a fetish subreddit. When she demanded to know where he'd uploaded it first, he refused to answer. That was enough. She packed a bag and left that night, taking the kids with her. In the following days, she tried everything. She reported the subreddit, contacted moderators, even reached out to Reddit's admin team. The response was almost robotic. "This content does not violate our platform policy." Apparently, because the video wasn't explicit, it wasn't considered adult content. Explicit. That word burned in her mind. What could possibly be more explicit than childbirth? She contacted the FBI's cybercrime division, who told her jurisdiction was complicated, because the video was consensually recorded, and no clear laws covered non-consensual distribution in that context. The internet, she realized, was built to protect the uploaders, not the victims. Days later, she returned home to collect her belongings. Her husband wasn't there, but his laptop was. She hesitated, then opened it. There was a hidden folder on the desktop labeled B_education. Inside were dozens of files, videos, screenshots, and notes. Not just hers. Hundreds of other home births. Some from YouTube, some from Facebook parenting groups, others clearly stolen from private cloud links. She realized he had been collecting and trading them for years. The usernames matched multiple accounts on Reddit, Discord, and Telegram. He was deeply involved. He wasn't a curious husband. He was an active member of an underground fetish network. When he returned home and saw the open laptop, he didn't get angry. He just sat down and said quietly, "I didn't think you'd ever find out." She told him she was going to the police. He begged her not to, said it would ruin his career, his life, that he'd made a mistake. But when she asked why, his answer was simple. "I just wanted people to see how beautiful life can be." That was the last thing he ever said to her. She filed for divorce a week later. The story spread quietly through Reddit's true crime and relationship subs. Other women came forward with similar stories, private footage that had surfaced in the same communities. The subreddit was eventually removed, but not before hundreds of copies had been saved and shared. Her video still exists online, mirrored, renamed, archived. She moved cities, changed her name, but the internet never forgets. Somewhere out there, strangers still watch that video. Her voice, her pain, her child's first breath, and see something to consume. And there's nothing she can do to stop it. It's easy to think of monsters as distant things, shadows lurking online, nameless, faceless. But sometimes, they're the person sitting next to you on the couch, the one who says they love you, the one who holds the camera. The woman ended her post with a warning. If your partner ever insists on uploading something personal, don't brush it off. Don't confuse obsession for admiration. Because once it's online, it's not just yours anymore. His secret upload isn't just a story about digital privacy. It's a story about trust, how easily it can be broken, and how technology turns that betrayal into something permanent. Because on the internet, there's no such thing as deleted.